The Rise of Ahsoka Tano, A Path Forged in Shadows. Section 1, Ahsoka Tano, A Portrait. In a galaxy embroiled in the turmoil of the Clone Wars, Ahsoka Tano emerges as a beacon of resilience, hope, and unyielding spirit. A Togruta from the planet Shuli, Ahsoka's life takes a pivotal turn when she is discovered by the Jedi Order and brought to the Coruscant Jedi Temple to train in the ways of the Force. Her innate abilities and keen sense of justice quickly distinguish her among her peers, marking the beginning of a journey that would forever alter the course of her life. Apprenticed to Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker, Ahsoka becomes not just a student of the Force but also a key participant in the galactic conflict that defines her era. Her unique dual lightsabers become symbols of her distinctiveness, reflecting her dynamic fighting style and the duality of her nature. Courageous yet cautious, confident yet seeking guidance. Under Skywalker's tutelage, Ahsoka grows from a headstrong Padawan into a seasoned warrior, embodying the ideals of the Jedi while also challenging and expanding upon them. Ahsoka's journey is one of constant learning and adaptation. She faces trials that test her beliefs, loyalty, and her very identity. From the battlefronts of the Clone Wars to the intricate politics of the Republic, she navigates a complex world where the lines between right and wrong are often blurred. Her relationships with Anakin, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and the rest of the Jedi Council deepen her understanding of the Force and her place within it, setting the stage for the challenges she will face and the choices she must make. As the Clone Wars rage on, Ahsoka's story becomes a mirror to the conflict itself, a tale of growth, adversity, and the quest for identity amidst chaos. Her path is marked by victories and losses, friendships and betrayals, and the relentless pursuit of truth. In Ahsoka Tano, the galaxy finds not just a hero of the Clone Wars, but a figure whose legacy will transcend the battles, influencing generations to come. Section 2, The Incident Unfolds. A tranquil night at the Jedi Temple is shattered by an unexpected explosion, plunging Ahsoka Tano into the midst of an unfolding crisis. The blast, originating from one of the temple's hangars, leaves a wake of destruction and despair, challenging the very foundations of the Order's sense of security and peace. As the debris settles, the Jedi are confronted with a stark reminder of their vulnerability, igniting a storm of fear, suspicion, and sorrow within their ranks. Ahsoka, alongside her fellow Jedi, is thrust into action, determined to uncover the origins of the attack. The Jedi Council, recognizing the gravity of the situation, swiftly mobilizes, calling upon its members to join forces with the Republic's security teams. Together, they embark on a meticulous examination of the scene, sifting through the remnants of the catastrophe in search of clues. Ahsoka finds herself at the heart of this investigation, her commitment unwavering as she navigates the aftermath alongside her mentor, Anakin Skywalker. Their partnership strengthens in the face of adversity, united by a shared resolve to bring those responsible to justice. The investigation is daunting, with every piece of evidence scrutinized and every lead pursued. Ahsoka's involvement is pivotal, her keen instincts and Jedi training guiding her through the complex web of information that begins to emerge. Despite the chaos, her approach remains methodical, embodying the Jedi's dedication to truth and justice. The task at hand is not just about finding those responsible, but understanding the broader implications of the attack on the temple and its symbolic significance. As Ahsoka delves deeper into the mystery, she confronts not only the physical challenges of the investigation but the emotional toll it exacts. The bombing has struck at the heart of the Jedi community, challenging their beliefs and their role in a galaxy teetering on the brink of turmoil. Ahsoka's journey through this dark chapter is a test of her strength, her convictions, and her ability to stand firm in the face of uncertainty. Section 3, The Web of Intrigue. In the wake of the devastating explosion at the Jedi Temple, Ahsoka Tano finds herself navigating a complex investigation, the threads of which begin to weave a perplexing web. As the Jedi Order and Republic security forces delve deeper into the case, a suspect emerges from within the temple's own ranks. Jacka Bomani, a munitions expert whose access and expertise make him a focal point of suspicion. Jacka, known among his peers for his skill and quiet demeanor, had always been a dedicated worker, his life intricately linked to the temple's day-to-day operations. However, it is his personal connection that casts a shadow of doubt over his intentions. Lametta, Jacka's wife, known for her loyalty and love for him, becomes an unexpected figure in the unfolding drama. The investigation reveals that Jacka had been unwittingly manipulated, a victim of a sinister plot that utilized his position within the temple. Lametta, driven by motives that remain obscure to the Jedi investigators, had been feeding Jacka nanodroids. These nanodroids, virtually undetectable and devastatingly effective, were the key to the explosion that rocked the temple. The revelation that Jacka Bomani was not the architect of the attack but rather an instrument in a larger, more diabolical scheme, shifts the focus of suspicion squarely onto Lametta. The discovery of Lumetta's involvement paints a troubling picture. The nanodroid she provided to Jacka, embedded within his bloodstream, were a ticking time bomb, one that detonated with catastrophic consequences. This act of sabotage, disguised as an internal betrayal, forces Ahsoka and the investigative team to reconsider their approach, examining not just the how of the attack, but the why. As Ahsoka delves further into the investigation, the pieces begin to fall into place, revealing a network of deceit and manipulation that extends beyond the temple's walls. The case against Lametta unfolds, exposing her actions as part of a larger conspiracy that threatens not just the Jedi Order, but the very fabric of the Republic. The shift in suspicion from Jacka to Lametta marks a turning point in the investigation, one that leads Ahsoka down a path fraught with danger and betrayal, challenging her understanding of loyalty, justice, and the dark forces at play in the galaxy's ongoing conflict. Section 4: Tragedy and Accusation. In the gloomy confines of a Republic prison cell, separated by a glowing energy barrier, Ahsoka Tano stood watch over Lametta Turnmond. The investigation's focus had sharply shifted towards Lametta, implicating her as a pivotal figure in the devastating explosion at the Jedi Temple. As Ahsoka pressed for answers, the atmosphere was thick with tension. Lametta, trapped within her cell, oscillated between moments of fear and moments of defiance, her gaze betraying the turmoil within as she faced the pressing questions from Ahsoka. The session progressed, with Ahsoka carefully navigating the delicate web of Lumetta's statements. It became evident that Lametta was on the cusp of a revelation, her words edging closer to the identity of a shadowy figure lurking behind the orchestration of the devastating attack. The air was thick with tension, as every uttered syllable seemed to draw nearer to the mastermind's unveiling. However, before the name could pass Lumetta's lips, tragedy struck. In a harrowing moment, Lametta was seized by an unseen assailant's force, her body tensing as she was strangled before Ahsoka's eyes. The room, previously a stage for revelation, turned into a scene of chaos. Ahsoka's reflexes kicked in, but the speed of the attack left no room for intervention. Lumetta's life was extinguished in a matter of seconds, her final breaths whispering the unsaid truth into the void. The immediate aftermath was a blur of commotion. Security forces stormed the room, only to find Ahsoka standing in shock, with Lumetta's lifeless body as her silent witness. The circumstances were damning, a key suspect dead during interrogation, with Ahsoka, the Jedi Padawan, the only other person present. The implications were immediate and severe, casting a dark shadow of suspicion over Ahsoka herself. Section 5: The Accusation. In the wake of Lametta Turnmond's death and the damning circumstances that followed, Ahsoka Tano finds herself in an unprecedented predicament. The evidence against her, though circumstantial, paints a grim picture, compelling the Jedi Council to take action. With heavy hearts and a sense of duty to the principles of the Jedi Order, they make the difficult decision to expel Ahsoka, casting her out and surrendering her to the Republic's legal system for trial. This act signifies not just a loss of her status, but a profound betrayal that cuts to the core of her identity. The expulsion from the Jedi Order is a public spectacle, a fall from grace that leaves Ahsoka vulnerable and alone. Stripped of her rights and protections as a Jedi, she faces the Republic's justice system, where the odds are stacked heavily against her. The charges are severe, implicating her in both the bombing of the Jedi Temple and the murder of Lum et Atonement, accusations that carry the weight of death or imprisonment. Ahsoka's arrest and subsequent trial are fraught with tension. The halls of the Republic judiciary, once symbols of justice and fairness, now feel cold and menacing. Ahsoka stands accused, her fate in the hands of a system that seems more interested in swift judgment than in uncovering the truth. The evidence presented against her is a mix of half-truths, circumstantial evidence, and manipulated facts, yet the call for accountability and justice from the public and the Senate is loud and demanding. Throughout the trial, Ahsoka remains stoic, her resolve unbroken despite the overwhelming sense of despair that threatens to engulf her. She clings to her innocence, her belief in the Force, and the hope that the truth will prevail. However, the absence of her Jedi brethren, particularly Anakin Skywalker, during her most dire time, is a source of deep pain and disillusionment. Anakin, torn between his duties to the Order and his loyalty to Ahsoka, undertakes a desperate search for the real perpetrator, hoping to uncover evidence that will exonerate her. His efforts are fraught with urgency and frustration as he races against time to untangle the web of lies and deception that has ensnared Ahsoka. Section 6: Escape into Uncertainty. The judgment of the galaxy weighs heavily on Ahsoka Tano as she confronts the grim reality of her predicament, confined within the austere boundaries of a Republic detention center. Shackled, both literally by the cold chains that bind her wrists and metaphorically by the accusations that threaten to define her fate, she stands at a crossroads of despair and resolve. Despite the daunting evidence mounted against her and the apparent desertion by her allies, a spark of defiance ignites within her. Resolute to not let her story conclude within the oppressive confines of a cell, Ahsoka orchestrates a daring escape, a testament to her indomitable spirit and her refusal to succumb to an unjust destiny. The opportunity for escape presents itself in an unexpected manner, a key card, deliberately placed within her reach by an unseen benefactor. The clone guards stationed outside her cell lie unconscious, a silent testimony to the chaos that facilitated her chance at freedom. Seizing the moment, Ahsoka skillfully uses the key card, liberating herself from the physical constraints of her cell. Her escape from the detention center is swift, marked by a blend of urgency and stealth. However, her fleeing does not go unnoticed, it triggers an immediate alarm, setting off a frantic pursuit led by Anakin and clone troopers as she dives into the sprawling underbelly of Coruscant. Coruscant's underworld, a stark contrast to the polished corridors of power she once walked, becomes her refuge and battleground. The city, a labyrinth of steel and neon, offers anonymity and danger in equal measure. As a fugitive, Ahsoka navigates this new terrain with a blend of caution and resourcefulness. The crowded streets and shadowy alleys of the planet-wide metropolis serve as both a shield and a challenge, with every corner potentially hiding a friend or foe. As she skillfully evades the Republic's search teams and the bounty hunters attracted by the price on her head, Ahsoka's journey through the depths of Coruscant becomes a testament to her resilience. Each step is a lesson in trust, adaptability, and navigating the murky waters between right and wrong. This period of flight and survival peels away the vestiges of her past life, compelling her to rely on her instincts, her strength, and the Force in unprecedented ways. Emerging from this ordeal, Ahsoka is not the same person who was led into a cell. The challenges she faces, ranging from direct confrontations to battles with her inner demons, forge her into a more self-sufficient and formidable individual. Her daring escape and the subsequent flight through Coruscant's underworld lay the foundation for her quest to uncover the truth, and reclaim her place in the galaxy. Section 7. The Hunt for Answers. Ahsoka Tano, now a fugitive in the sprawling metropolis of Coruscant, embarks on a relentless quest for the truth. With the shadow of the Republic's forces ever looming, her journey takes her deeper into the underbelly of the city, a place where information is currency and allegiances are fleeting. It is here, amid the chaos and uncertainty, that Ahsoka's resolve is tested anew. Her mission is clear: to uncover the real perpetrator behind the Jedi Temple bombing and clear her name. Navigating the intricate web of Coruscant's underworld, Ahsoka utilizes every skill at her disposal. Her training as a Jedi, once used in the service of peace and justice on the battlefront, now aids her in the art of subterfuge and investigation. Ahsoka's approach is methodical, gathering pieces of information from various sources, informants who dwell in the shadows, data stolen from Republic networks, and the occasional sympathetic ear willing to share rumors and leads. The city's dense population and the anonymity it offers provide Ahsoka with both cover and challenges. Every interaction is a potential risk, every piece of information a possible trap. Despite these dangers, Ahsoka's determination never wavers. Her quest is not just about proving her innocence but about upholding the values she believes in, even when faced with overwhelming adversity. As Ahsoka delves deeper into the mystery, she uncovers layers of corruption and deceit that extend far beyond her initial predicament. The bombing, a catalyst for her current plight, is entangled in a larger scheme, one that threatens the very foundation of the Republic and the Jedi Order. This revelation only fuels her determination, driving her to expose the truth and confront those responsible, regardless of the personal cost. Her journey is a solitary one, yet Ahsoka is not entirely alone. Along the way, she forges unlikely alliances, drawing upon the assistance of former adversaries and new allies who share her quest for justice. These alliances are tenuous, built on mutual benefit rather than trust, but they offer Ahsoka the resources and support she needs to continue her investigation. The hunt for answers is a testament to Ahsoka's resilience and her unwavering commitment to the truth. Each clue she uncovers, each lead she follows, brings her one step closer to vindication, but also deeper into danger. The forces arrayed against her are powerful and ruthless, willing to go to great lengths to keep their secrets hidden. Section 8. Vindication amidst betrayal. Ahsoka Tano, once again ensnared by the hands of fate, found herself under arrest amidst the tumult of her daring escape. In a desperate bid to clear her name, she had navigated the treacherous underworld of Coruscant, only to be cornered by Republic forces, led by none other than Anakin Skywalker. The capture was swift. Amidst the chaos of the city's lower levels, Anakin, torn between duty and faith in his Padawan, was forced to act. Ahsoka, despite her efforts to elude capture, found herself bound by the very chains she sought to escape, her fate seemingly sealed as she was transported to face judgment at the heart of the Republic, the Senate. Within the grandiose chamber of the Senate, Ahsoka stood accused, her presence a silent testament to the charges laid against her. The senators, a sea of faces marked by skepticism and judgment, regarded her as guilty, their verdict seemingly predetermined by the weight of evidence before them. The atmosphere was charged with tension, the air thick with the anticipation of justice about to be served. Ahsoka, isolated and overwhelmed, faced the assembly, her spirit battered by the relentless tide of accusation and betrayal. However, just as the Senate prepared to cast their judgment, a dramatic turn of events unfolded. Anakin Skywalker, ever determined to uncover the truth, burst forth with evidence that would irrevocably alter the course of Ahsoka's fate. In a moment laden with tension, he revealed the true architect behind the sinister plot that had ensnared Ahsoka, Barriss Offee, a fellow Jedi and one whom Ahsoka considered a close friend. The revelation sent shockwaves through the Senate chamber, the implications of Anakin's findings unraveling the fabric of trust and camaraderie that bound the Jedi Order. Ahsoka, reeling from the emotional shock of betrayal, could only watch in stunned silence as Barriss Offee was exposed as the mastermind responsible for the crimes Ahsoka had been accused of. The weight of the betrayal was palpable, a profound breach of trust that cut deeper than any physical chain could bind. In this pivotal moment, the Senate chamber transformed from a stage of impending judgment to one of startling revelation. Ahsoka, once vilified and condemned, stood vindicated in the eyes of the Republic, her innocence proven by the unwavering determination of her mentor. Yet, the victory was bittersweet, tainted by the betrayal of a friend and the fractures it revealed within the Jedi Order. Section 9: A New Path. In the aftermath of her exoneration, Ahsoka Tano finds herself at a critical juncture, her spirit and resolve tested by the fire of accusation and betrayal. The Jedi Council extends an olive branch, inviting her to reclaim her place within the Order. Yet, this offer, symbolizing both restitution and reconciliation, carries with it a weight of unspoken complexities for Ahsoka. The trials she has endured have not only reshaped her view of the galaxy but also cast the institutions she once held in unwavering esteem in a new, more critical light. In the silence that follows her trial, Ahsoka stands in contemplation, her thoughts a whirlwind of reflection and foresight. The betrayal she faced, her harrowing fight for innocence, and her ultimate survival have all contributed to a profound evolution in her character. She now sees the strength inherent in standing firm in one's beliefs, even against a tide of opposition. This newfound wisdom is the cornerstone of her deliberation as she ponders the Council's offer. For Ahsoka, the decision transcends the simplicity of returning to a familiar refuge. It's a profound consideration of identity and belonging. The realization that the Jedi Order, for all its significance in her past, might no longer represent the path that aligns with who she has become is a pivotal moment of self-awareness. Her journey, marked by the shadows of Coruscant's underworld and the alliances forged in moments of need, has unveiled a richer understanding of the Force and its myriad expressions across the galaxy. Amidst this introspection, Ahsoka's thoughts inevitably drift to Anakin Skywalker, her mentor and friend. Their bond, tested through war and personal turmoil, stands at the heart of her experience within the Order. The prospect of declining the Council's offer is not merely a personal decision but one that resonates through the fabric of their relationship, highlighting the growth and changes they have both undergone. Anakin's unwavering belief in her innocence and his efforts to uncover the truth underscore a connection that transcends the conventional master-Padawan dynamic, rooted in mutual respect and understanding. With a resolution born from deep introspection and a clear understanding of her unique destiny, Ahsoka chooses to walk away from the Jedi Order. This decision, far from a rejection born of bitterness, is an affirmation of her commitment to live by the convictions that have guided her through her darkest moments. It signifies a readiness to explore a new way of serving the galaxy and the Force, unbound by the strictures of the Order. Thus, Ahsoka steps into a new chapter of her life, one defined by independence and a quest for a different kind of justice. This path, uncharted and fraught with uncertainty, embodies her commitment to understanding the Force and serving the galaxy in a manner that aligns with her deepest convictions. Her decision to leave the Jedi Order, a moment of profound significance observed by Anakin, is a declaration of her resolve to find a new way. Reflecting on her journey, Ahsoka would later articulate the essence of her struggle, saying, "As a Jedi, we were trained to be keepers of the peace, not soldiers. But all I've been since a Padawan is a soldier." This statement, though spoken at a later time, captures the inner conflict that has shadowed her since her earliest days as a Padawan, a conflict that ultimately guides her to seek a path beyond the confines of the Order, promising a future filled with discovery, growth, and the pursuit of peace in a galaxy in need of both guardians and guides.